call minutes workshop to order, May 19th. It's 3:30. Mr. Clerk will have the roll call at this time.
Dominic, Johnson, Williams, Lynn, Bowman,
Present.
Baker, Lynch, Escaday, Thibodeau, Cox, Smith, and Epperson.
If Ms. Baker, you can say the prayer, and we will let Commissioner Smith, if you'll lead us in the pledge.
Please stand. Bow your heads. Father, we thank you, Lord, for this day. We thank you for another opportunity to come and make decisions for your people. Pray and ask that you would touch our hearts and our minds. And Father God, help us to make the right decision for your people. Lord, we thank you for this day. Thank you for your grace and your mercy. And we pray and ask that you would continue to bless and be with us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Turn to face the flag and repeat after me. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Are there any agenda additions?
Gerald, you need to.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
For the application, you remember?
I think it was that would be a resolution to give the administrator the authority to enter into an agreement with TCI.
Zero Institute.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have a motion by Commissioner Bowman, seconded by Commissioner Lynn, to expand the agenda to include a resolution authorizing the administrator to enter into a resolution with, what is it,
TCI, Target Zero Institute.
Okay, all right, we need to make a motion to expand it, please. Please vote. Okay, that passes 8-0. Now we need a motion to place this matter on the agenda. So do we have a motion by Commissioner Bowman?
Yes, sir.
And seconded by Commissioner Lynn to place this matter on the agenda. Please vote. Okay, that passes 9-0. Someone else here now wasn't here when ago. Okay, all right, Mr. Clerk, next item.
Next item, we move to citizen comments.
Citizens who wish to address the commission must fill out a comment card and forward it to myself or our commission clerk, who's over here to my left. Comments or by any citizens will be limited to 3 minutes. I would remind each commissioner that this is not a question and answer session, but simply comments to be made by the public. I'm going to go in order as it's been delivered to me. Dara Sanders, if you can come forward, please. I have several. I don't know if anybody else has any cards. If y'all need to fill one out, you can fill them out in the foyer and bring it to myself or the commission clerk. Can you give us your name and address, please?
Good afternoon, Dara Sanders, 505 Travis Street, Suite 440, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71101. I'm here as the Master Plan Administrator to give you an update on the next Unified Development Code public meeting. It's next Thursday, May 29th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Riverview Hall, 600 Clyde Famp Parkway. The consultants, Camiros, will simply be giving a presentation and a report on their recommendations on how to proceed with actually writing the code. And any questions can be forwarded to me at dara.sanders@shreveportla.gov. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dara. Our next person to speak is Sandy Davis. How you doing, Mr. Davis?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Give us your name and address.
My name is Sandy Davis. I live at 12056 Farmette Drive, Keithville, Louisiana, 71047.
Okay, go ahead. You got 3 minutes.
Commission members and Mr. President, I come to you today not only as a citizen of Caddo Parish, but also as your current Director of Homeland Security and your emergency manager. What I'd like to talk to you briefly about today is the upcoming formation of the Caddo Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. To quote Sheriff Steve Prater in an article in the Shreveport Times this past Sunday, it's too important to be political. There's no doubt whatsoever in my mind that Sheriff Prater is an excellent sheriff. If I didn't believe so, I wouldn't have voted for him for the last 4 times he's run, and I wouldn't continue to be committed to vote for him in the future. I'm well aware of his interest in being appointed as Director of Homeland Security for Caddo Parish. It concerns me that his focus may be solely on Homeland Security and not so much on emergency preparedness and response. You'll never hear me argue that law enforcement shouldn't be the lead agency in Homeland Security locally, at the state level, and at the federal level. However, what we've provided since 1953, and especially in the past 9 years under my leadership, have been well-trained, loyal, motivated, and experienced emergency management team in the parish, Caddo and Bossier. It's too important to be political. There are 4 phases of emergency management: mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. Failure to adequately address any one of these phases sets the Caddo Commission and our citizens up for failure when the bad day comes. It's too important to be political. There are 15 emergency support functions under the National Incident Management System. I won't go into all 15 of those, but some of them include transportation, firefighting, emergency services, and mass care. Emergency management is responsible for the coordination of all these disciplines during response to and recovery from an event, to include coordination of incident management, response efforts, issuance of mission assignments, resource and human capital, instant action planning, and financial management. Again, to quote Sheriff Prater, it's the same things that we've been involved in our whole lives. They're inseparable. I want this to be done right. Please allow me to remind you that for 38 years of my life, I too have been involved with these things. I'm very intimately in the past 9 years. I want this to be done right. My office has assisted in securing and administering $13.5 million in grants and that have provided mitigation projects and equipment throughout our parish. This includes all disciplines: law, fire, EMS, public works, administration, hospitals, and others. We have provided training and exercise in order that our public safety responders, hospitals, utilities, schools, nursing homes, local businesses, and private citizens could be better prepared to respond to and recover from events that might impact them. In the past 9 years, I've led Caddo and Bossier and the state of Louisiana in response to 7 presidentially declared disasters, 5 locally declared disasters, 1 incident of national significance, and numerous smaller local incidents. During the BP oil spill, you afforded me the opportunity to serve as a state deputy coordinator for this historic event. I spent 4 months at the command center in Houma, directing 11 state agencies in their successful response to this event. Since 2005, my office has assisted local government, business, and citizens of Caddo Parish in recovering millions of dollars in losses from disaster impact and response. I've received recognition and accolades from local, state, and federal levels with never a single complaint from my leadership, the citizens of Caddo Parish, or your governing body of this parish. By all recognized indicators, it has been done right and above all expectations. My dad taught me at early ages, if a deal seems too good to be true, that it is, and my life experience has proved that. If this appointment is approved, Prater said the sheriff's office will assume costs associated, $171,000. I recognize I'm from Keithville, but I'm sharp enough to know that Sheriff Prater is already busy as the leader of our lead law enforcement agency in our parish. Logic tells me that at least one person within his organization will have to assume emergency management functions, and more if we plan on experiencing the same kind of emergency management that we've had over the last 9 years. Experience tells me that one person can't do it. The cost of the city and the parish.
Davis.
Let him go.
Yep, sir.
3 minutes up. We're going to let you continue, though, okay?
I thank you. Just maybe 30 more seconds. Thank you.
Got it. Go ahead.
The cost of the city and the parish may be hidden within the sheriff's department budget, but they will still exist to the taxpayers of Caddo Parish. It's too important to be political. In closing, President Dominic, I don't envy the position that Sheriff Prater has put you in. You must feel it's a no-win situation. If you don't appoint a sheriff, you may have to suffer the political consequences. If you do, then the citizens of Caddo Parish may no longer be provided the premier emergency management program they've grown to be accustomed to. Perhaps the solution is to do what is best for all parties. Appoint the sheriff as a Homeland Security Director, allow him the authority and privileges afforded that position, and the City of Shreveport and the Caddo Parish Commission continue to fund the Office of Emergency Preparedness at the level already approved by the Commission during your previous meetings. Abraham Lincoln stated, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I'll spend 4 hours sharpening my axe." All I'm asking you, Mr. President, and this Commission is to consider who is best suited to sharpen that axe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Okay, our next visitor, or Alvin Moore. Is Mr. Moore present? How you doing today, sir? If you can give us your name and address, you have 3 minutes to speak, sir.
Alvin Moore, 3711 Crestview Drive, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71119. I'm here on behalf of the Christian Service Program. I'm the interim executive director. Just want to thank you at the beginning for what the parish has done for our ministry in the past. We are still going strong. We're still serving 2 hot meals a day to the homeless. We serve breakfast from 8:30 to 11 and dinner lunch from 2 to 4. We try to catch the kids that get out of school. That might be their last meal of the day. We're still doing emergency assistance, helping people with their gas, electric, and rental assistance. We help pay the last $100 to keep them from being evicted or getting their utilities disconnected. We also have a clothing store that we just deliver where people can come in and shop every 90 days at the store with just have their identification. Our ministry, you don't have to be a part of our ministry to come in and get served. We don't ID you or anything like that. I left you with a brochure of 4 pages letting you know what we are still doing in the community, and I want to personally thank you for what you've done in the past for our ministry.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Thank you for coming out. Can. Cannot, it's just,
Okay.
Well, thanks.
of course, you know, that's going to be on the ordinance. We'll have a public hearing in the future on this one. Joanne Wiskowski, am I saying that right? How you doing? Can you give us your name and address, please, ma'am?
Yes, my name is Joanne Witkowski. I live at 6603 North Club Drive, Shreveport, 71107.
And I know you're here, you're talking about the position to be filled on the Caddo Parish Sewer District number 7, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct. The board position was opened when Mr. Tom Collins resigned because he's moving out of the district. Now, I worked for the district for 15 years, so I have knowledge of both the field operations and the office operations. I know a lot of the people out there, and I'd like a chance to work for the people again.
Anything else?
No, that's
Okay.
it.
Have a good day. Thank you for being here today.
All
Ralph Irwin. Mr. Irwin, how you doing today? Can you give us your name and address, please, sir?
I'll try my best. Speaking is not always the best. I'm Ralph Dean Irwin. I live at 8357 Indian Hills Boulevard and in Shreveport. And I'm the chairman of the District 7 Sewer Board. The first thing we knew that Joanne had applied for the board was when Todd called us 2 days ago. We had already made a selection for the vacancy and had been trying to get the right procedure to get it through. So what I'm asking you today is please to delay the vote. I would like to meet, I have never met with Joanne since to discuss this, not once. And she never let me know that she was going to apply for the board. And so I would like to have a chance at least to sit down and talk to her before we give her the board. We have a great board. We have a good system. We have probably the best superintendent in the city and all of the parish. And we would like to just keep it that way. And that's why we're very selective on what we do on the board. So please, I would ask that you would just delay until we can get together, and then we can proceed from there. Thank you, sir.
Okay, obviously whatever vote will be taken today will be just to add it to the agenda Thursday. You have Miss Joanne right there, so maybe y'all can talk after this meeting or immediately thereafter. Because
we'll need more time.
Official vote will not take until Thursday, okay?
We'll need more time than that, than just Thursday, please.
All right, I have no other cards. Mr. Hopkins, do you have any?
Next, we move to visitors. We have Miss Ashlyn Kimbrough, Legislative Youth Advisory Council, to present a leadership award.
Right.
This leadership award will go to Miss Chandler Williams, Jr. at C.E. Byrd High School.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Can you give us your name and address real quick, please?
I'm Ashlyn Kimbrough, 119 Bienville Drive in Bossier City, Louisiana.
And you can proceed at this time.
Good afternoon, council members. I'm Ashlyn Kimbrough, a member of the Louisiana State Legislative Youth Advisory Council, which is a statewide council of 21 high school students that serves as a collective youth voice for students across the state. I'm also a sophomore at Benton High School. I am here to present a Louisiana Youth Advisory Council Leadership Award. which recognizes young people for demonstrating outstanding leadership and citizenship in their communities. This is a very peer-to-peer honor in which members of our youth select one leader in each congressional district in the state. The purpose of the Louisiana Youth Advisory Council Leadership Award is to honor teens who serve as a positive example to other young people, achieve a significant civic accomplishment at school and in the community, demonstrate outstanding youth leadership, or promote responsible citizenship. The Louisiana Legislative Youth Advisory Council serves as a symbol for young people to make a difference, and with the opportunity to recognize other teens, the Leadership Award allows us to honor not only the leaders of tomorrow, but the leaders of today. Today, it is my great honor to present the 2014 Louisiana Legislative Youth Advisory Council Leadership Award for Congressional District 4 to Chandler Williams, a junior at C.E. Byrd High School. Chandler has exemplified the characteristics of a leader through her involvement as co-president in the Youth in Government. In addition, she works as a volunteer with Community Christmas and volunteers as a tutor for America's Lighthouse, which strives to help the youth in poverty situations. She is a youth council member for the Shreveport-Bossier Rescue Mission, which organizes and conducts community-wide projects to help the homeless. She is also involved in many clubs and organizations in the school, all while maintaining her grades. Wow. Today, it is my great honor to congratulate Chandler Williams with the Louisiana Legislative Youth Advisory Council Leadership Award. Congratulations.
Watch out.
Yeah.
We'll break the camera.
It's the funnest part of this job for him. He loves it.
That's the best part of the job.
He takes a good picture.
Candy, you want to say nothing? Candy.
Chandler.
Chandler, you don't want to say nothing?
If she doesn't make it, can't do well.
Thank you for giving me this award.
We appreciate both of y'all being here today. Positive thing, positive note. Always looking for positive things. So thank y'all for both being here, and wish both of y'all the very best of luck.
Since she's the Williams, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say something as well.
Go ahead.
That's a good name you have, Miss Williams. I just want to commend you for your unselfish commitment to public service. And you started at a young age, and hope you can be a mentor to other students your age to see how important it is to give back. Because your parents give you so much, this country gives you so much, and oftentimes we forget who gave to us. So it's very important we don't forget from whence we come, who helped us over that bridge of troubled waters. So continue to be a beacon of light for other young people your age, and be a role model and a model for America. So I just want to commend you and keep it up, and good luck in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Again, on behalf of the commission, we'd like to thank you and your parents and everyone for being here today. Good luck. Okay, Mr. Clerk, next item.
Next, we move to reports, administration report.
Yes, sir. President Dominic, good afternoon, commissioners. We just have one announcement today. We have our employee council president here today, Ms. Jennifer. Would you come forward? Thank you. She is here to extend an invitation to you all today.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Glover. I'm the current president of the Employee Council for the parish, and I'm here to provide some information to you concerning the scheduled employee outing on Saturday, May 31st at Earl G. Williamson Park. It will take place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And certainly I am here to extend an invitation for all of you to come out and join us. And I'll answer questions at this time if anybody has any.
Why you had to have it up there?
It's the park.
That's where the park is. It's a
Williams
good park.
Park. Well, good
It's a
job.
good park. So y'all gonna have the, is it employee outing? I guess y'all have lunch and things like that, or?
Correct. We'll be serving hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, water, and soda.
Okay.
We have some events scheduled such as softball, volleyball, fishing, archery, and scavenger hunts for the kids.
Okay.
Now, this event is being hosted by the Employee Council, but it's being sponsored by our administrator, Dr. Wilson, Mr. Randy Lucky, the assistant administrator, and the directorial staff.
All right, well, Commissioner Williams wants to know, you gonna come up there for the scavenger
Is it
hunt.
okay? Can I come up there?
Hunt.
Would it be okay?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to make sure I get clearance.
Yeah,
You don't have to have any time anytime you want to.
Commissioners, we thought we would volunteer the commissioners to get into the Dunkin' booth. So we need all commissioners willing and able to come up.
I bet.
They sit at the booth. It's gonna be a fundraiser.
Only if I can have first go at the wood duck shoot.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, we're happy to oblige you, Commissioner. That's the day if you get into the Dunkin' booth first.
Commissioner Williams liable to get drowned up there. Don't him so much.
Yeah, and I'd like to personally thank the administrative staff, all of the directors' chip-ins, money to host this event, and we certainly appreciate it. It did not cost the taxpayers a penny. Everybody agreed to put something in, and we appreciate the employees, and it's our way of saying thank you to them.
Well, Jennifer, appreciate you coming here today, and well, we do have a couple commissioners want to ask you some questions. I believe Commissioner Lynch.
Hey, you know I can't get in no Dunkin' booth.
No water left in it when you got
You answered one of my questions.
They give us some life
Can
jackets.
can you drink in that park? I mean, besides.
No. I drink Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and tea.
Okay, can you
No
wear
alcohol.
pajamas up there?
No, as long as you're not
When
saggy.
you're going camping, you can, yeah.
We will be providing, I can say this, we will be providing sodas and water.
The fish might provide other things.
No, Stephanie, there's no alcohol allowed in that park.
My little backpack together.
Kind of territorial. First aid kit, she meant.
Okay, so are you all going to, like grill the burgers up there?
Yes, ma'am. We are grilling the hamburgers and the hot dogs there.
Okay, I'm gonna bring my Earl Campbell sausage, put on there. Okay, and then are y'all gonna have, oh, I see it on here. Y'all had to try to be white, got cards. Okay, I was looking for spades and bidwits. Okay, I'm good. I'll be there.
Super.
Did you say you're gonna bring Earl Campbell up there with you?
Sausage.
Earl Campbell sausage.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything else?
Commissioner Williams.
So I have something else I want to address on the reports.
Okay. Dr. Wilson, do you have anything else?
That's all, sir. Jennifer, thank you
Thank you for your time.
for your
Okay,
leadership.
next
as well.
item, Mr. Clerk.
Next, we'll move to communiques and committee reports.
Okay, Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I heard y'all had a fast meeting. I was gone. I want to continue to my tradition. Hope we have a fast meeting. But I'm just excited about the meeting I had in Chicago regarding the juvenile justice reform and smart justice and the model for change. We pretty much, I think, Louisiana and Shreveport juvenile justice programs are on target on a national level, on a national scene. Pretty much what we're doing is a replica of what they're doing across America to have more alternatives to incarceration. I want to commend our Juvenile Justice Committee and staff for the leadership that they're doing. Ted Cox and, of course, the young man that's in the audience, Clay, and also our other young lady who else in the audience who always come to our meeting. You guys are doing a great job. I want to commend you on your vision to ensure that we keep the numbers down and try to provide community-based and faith-based organizations for alternative to reduce the citizenship rate in our juvenile justice system. I want to commend you on that, and you have a great model for the rest of the country. Also, while I was in there, I had opportunity to meet with one of our local community persons who's from the architect from Mendon. Ms. Dorothy Brown is the clerk of court for Second Court of Cook County. She's the one who instrumental in the Second Chance Expungement Initiative. I brought a package back for each one on the committee. I hope to have her in the future to explain the implementation of the expungement initiative for our juveniles and for our adults, to give people a second chance. People do make mistakes. And oftentimes when you're poor, and statistics show that poor people get locked up more than people with resources. And unfortunately, it follows them and track them the rest of their lives. And they don't get a second chance. So our juveniles and our adults have an opportunity to become productive, tax-paying, tithing citizens and transition back into the community with their families, because oftentimes it handicaps you when you have a stigma on your head and you can't get promoted, you can't get housing, you can't vote, you can't get even get a job. So everybody deserves a second chance, no matter what part of the country you're from. So I'm excited, hopefully in the future, to have a report that Ms. Brown will be coming and making a presentation to the committee, to the Juvenile Justice Committee as well, on how we can address this initiative in our community. It's a national problem. Every other county and across America have expungement initiatives for their local citizens in their community, and we need to be on target and be engaged in being creative here in Louisiana to address this problem, because we have the highest incarceration rate of young people, African Americans and brown, in the world. So we have a serious problem because of our laws are outdated, and we need to change that. That is the data. That is data driven. It's not just me talking. Disproportionately, we're locked up more than anybody in this country. Something wrong with this country when people get locked up for nonviolent offending because of drugs. They don't have a incarceration problem, they have a rehabilitation problem. So we need to address that and have smart justice and allow people a second chance. And hopefully we can do that. Even disparity in pay, talked about that, disparity in pay amongst our women population in Chicago as well. And our females need to get paid the same thing men get paid. That is unfair, that is an injustice. Even here, we have people that have college degrees and PhDs here. And people down here, right here in Louisiana, right on this parish, don't have a degree, and department head. People that have degrees are getting paid more than them. That is not right. That is not right. That is unfair. So we need to address all of that and make sure that there is equal a law under the pay for all employees that work here, and also our department head, and people are treated fairly and equally. We say go get an education. We say stay out of trouble. We say go get a master and a PhD, and we still sometimes don't get the job. That is not right. We live in a country that's better than. I hope we can do better in the South and make it equalizing opportunity for everybody, regardless of color, race, or skin, or gender. And we need to move forward, move the city forward, the parish. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Commissioner Lynch.
Had a, is Mr. Moore still here? Mr. Moore?
Yes.
At some point, and maybe you can just call me, I need to get some more information about the Hope Connection. The Hope Connection, move to the Hope Connection. They said go to the mic. Go to the mic. I've only just been reading the articles that have been going in the paper.
Right.
From people. Most of it is not being supportive of it. And I just don't really have a real understanding as to what's going on. So, or you can tell us quickly, or is it a little bit more involved, detail?
Our president here, Ms. Jane Snyder, would be glad to come up and talk to you about it.
What are we doing? Is this a communique? Is this a report?
I'll be brief.
No.
I'm Jane Snyder, 444 Slattery Boulevard, Shreveport 71104, and I'm the president of the Board of Directors of Christian Service. Sister Margaret started Christian Service in 1970 in Shreveport and moved on Sprague Street there behind First Methodist. And that was a thriving neighborhood at that time with businesses and many houses. And she started serving breakfast to school children then. And her ministry has grown, and now Christian Service serves 200 meals a day in that neighborhood, in that same place. But if you would walk through that area now, what you see is the grass blowing in the wind. The houses have been torn down, the businesses have gone, and the neighborhood is basically vacant. So about 2 years ago, Christian Service was approached by the Hope Connection which is a collaboration of 12 different nonprofits on Levy Street, which are gathering together to end homelessness in Shreveport. And they asked us to be the food and clothing part of their collaboration. And we spent about a year deliberating and looking at our different ministries to see which ones were most effective and which ones were not as effective. What we're really good at is feeding people, and we have a clothing facility where people can come and get free clothes there. And the people who come to us in the Sprague Street area have to come quite a distance to get to that. So the board voted to move our facility to the new Hope Connection. They're giving us a warehouse that we're going to renovate into our dining and clothing area and some offices. And last week in the Good Give for Good program, the Hope Connection raised enough money to buy a 24-person bus. And they are going to take that bus and circle through the Allendale area and down in what we used to call the Bottoms and bring people to the Hope Connection. There also are lots of people in that area over there on Levy Street that have not been served before. And so those people are coming to the Hope Connection now, and we're going to be the food and clothing part of that. We've spoken with the Ministers Association. They really didn't have all the pieces of information when they wrote those letters to the editor. Sister Sharon Rambin had a letter Sunday a week ago explaining pretty much what I have told you, the progress of what's gone on and what we hope for the future. Okay. Any questions?
Really, no question.
That's on the fact sheet that Mr. Moore left with me.
I just wanted to get some clarification on it.
Commissioner Epperson?
I have one more.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay. I know Sandy talked a little bit about the Homeland Security piece, and basically I had asked, and I just want this to be on the record, had asked that before, because what we voted on a couple of weeks ago was to move forward with establishing the office and hiring a director, and in between, when we left this meeting and a few days later, the terms of the deal changed, and I felt that it needed to go before a committee of the body to be discussed because I had certain questions, which Dominique did try to answer some of them. But bottom line is I was told it was a done deal and the decision had been made, and so that's pretty much it. But you know, just to and I probably still have some questions like I always do about everything, but I just still feel strongly that there needs to be at least an opportunity for public input and comment before the decision is made, not after it's made. But you know, he is the president of the commission, and certainly I think participating in all the meetings and what have you, but that's not what we actually voted on. But what has transpired since then is basically a done deal. Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Epperson?
I'd like to thank Todd for preparing the resolution of remembrance for Reverend William Hines.
Yeah.
He died last week. He was the first black police officer in Shreveport, also founder of the Magnolia State Peace Officers Association, which was an organization for black law enforcement officials all over the state of Louisiana when it wasn't kosher for blacks to participate in other organizations. Also, he was a former police juror. He served on the police jury. And I remember when I was growing up, we respectfully feared Officer Hines, even though they didn't let him have a gun, or they didn't have no car, but he demanded respect. He certainly let us know if it was anybody shooting hooky or trying to do the wrong thing, or he suspected you was in the wrong place at the wrong time and thought you may had something on your mind, he let you know about it. So he was a good role model, and he later became a minister in the Cedar Grove area, pastored a church, 2 churches prior to founding the church in the Cedar Grove area. And it was at Peaceful Rest Baptist Church the memorial was yesterday, and it was a packed house. We had calls from Hammond, Louisiana, Lafayette, Marshall, Texas, law enforcement officers, and elected officials from all over Texas and Louisiana. We want to thank Todd for getting that resolution together, because when he passed, it was a short notice. So we got that squared away. Thank you.
Commissioner Thibodeau?
Yeah, my first item is I just wanted to welcome Ray back again this week. Perhaps you'll get
Don't let him sing, though.
last time. I was hoping for another song this week. But what I really want to talk about was whether it's a done deal or not. Even though it's not my prerogative to make the appointment, I think it would be in everyone's best interest to have the sheriff, whether it's a done deal or not, come before us and give us his plan. I think there were a lot of issues that Mr. Davis brought up that perhaps haven't been thought about. And I realize that it's the president's call, but I'm just asking you for the benefit of everyone else on this commission and the public, if you intend to appoint the sheriff, just ask him to come and give us his plan. I'd like to know what his plan is.
Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I also want to give my 2 cents on what others have addressed concerning the appointment of our Homeland. I know Mr. Sandy Davis, personally, we worked together on the Shreveport Fire Department. We couldn't find a better head of an organization. All the expertise and experience, this knowledge this young man obtained from his skilled work as a professional for the Shreveport Fire Department. His name go up not only in the state of Louisiana, but throughout America. His leadership in the Homeland Security and the firefighting community. Respectfully, the chair, regarding the appointment, however, I do feel there need to be some discussion on what his long-range plan is for this Homeland Security in our area in Northwest Louisiana. I do feel that as commissioner, we ought to at least know when people ask us, what is the long-range plan for the citizens of Caddo Parish in Northwest Louisiana? So I truly agree, respectfully, the chair decision. However, to hear about it in the paper and Times without me even having any input or no, I thought was something that should be discussed amongst the full body. So it's not that I'm opposed to the appointment, it's how the appointment got appointed. We should know everything and not be surprised by what's in the media. So hope that we can, the public and we can know what the long-range plan is. I always supported the sheriff and support what he does. He does a great job. But Homeland Security is another job that's going to be taken on. And unfortunately, everything that looks good is not always a good deal. So let's at least know what the plan is. Secondly, we was talking about Christian services with Sister Margaret started. I'm very familiar with that. I just want to know what are the statistics in Louisiana and Shreveport? What are the poverty percentages of families in Shreveport, Louisiana? Do you have those figures? Do you know, Woody, do you have those?
That's right. Now.
I asked, what is the family lives in Shreveport? What is the percentage of poverty in Shreveport or in the state of Louisiana? Do you know?
I think it's 40%, Commissioner.
It's what?
I know that there are 90,000 people in northwest Louisiana who are considered one paycheck away from their
That's some else up here, but go ahead.
Christian service serves anyone. You don't have to be homeless for us to serve you. Anyone can come there. And so we're addressing that group really that's one paycheck away.
Would you come to the mic, please? Please come to the mic. One paycheck away.
36%.
You said how much? 36%.
I don't have the statistics. I've seen them. But what Martha Merrick at the food bank says, that there are 90,000 people in Northwest Louisiana that are one paycheck away from being homeless. So we know that there are 400 or 500 people a night in downtown Shreveport on the streets that we don't see in the doorways that are homeless. And the Hope Connection's mission is to end homelessness. Christian Service is also addressing that large group that are that can be fed and therefore use that money to keep from being homeless.
So do you and Providence House have any type of relationship?
All of those organizations are working together, yes. There are actually 12 nonprofits that are part of the Hope Connection on Levy Street, that so that a homeless person can come there and get all kinds of different services. Providence House is mainly working with families, and they do a wonderful job of that part of it. So some of the families that come to Christian Service to eat then sometimes move on to Providence House.
You operate out of the old Freeman and Harris?
Yes.
You operate out
Yes,
of
that's where we are right now. And we're going to be renovating this new building and then moving from there.
So how many families you serve there on a daily basis?
We serve 200 meals a day at that Freeman and Harris location. Some people come there for 2 meals a day, so as far as individuals, it's probably 125 individuals. More people later in the month than early in the month.
So we say 36% of the citizens, the families in Shreveport, below the poverty level.
Right.
A large percentage of, because they have walking distance, they walk to the downtown. I see a lot of
yes,
walking throughout.
Right. And there are also those same people, I mean, different people, but there are also people over by the Levy Street that walk to that area. And so we're going to have a van. They're already running small vans around to bring people to the Hope Connection.
Now, when you qualify, do they qualify for subsidized food stamps and health care and those things?
Yes.
How do you connect them with other services? Because it seems like they need social service. Do you service veterans? I just want to know a little bit about when they come. I'm hungry. I lost my job. I come see you.
When they come to Christian Service, we ask no questions.
Okay.
You can come there, come up to the door, and we will feed you. And that was Sister Margaret's message back 44 years ago. The Hope Connection is a place where all of those different services, they can come to sign up for food stamps, all those different things that they can do. And the goal is to end homelessness. So to get these people into housing, surround them with services, get them the medical attention that they need. One statistic that the Hope Connection gives that impresses me is that it costs the American taxpayer between $50,000 and $75,000 a year for each homeless person in our community. So if you and I get the flu, we go to the doctor and have a $75 appointment and then buy $50 worth of medicine. If they get the flu, they go to LSU, they go into the emergency room, and $3,000 later, that bill that we taxpayers have paid. So the goal is to get these people out of homelessness, or to keep the people who are one paycheck away from.
Well, you just never know. And I appreciate what you're doing, because you never know that we may be one paycheck away coming to see you.
Yes,
we may be up today and we're down tomorrow.
Exactly.
We got to be careful how we judge people, because you never know that it may be you today. We got to be very careful. So I want to commend you on the work that you're doing, and continue to have a war on poverty to address that homelessness and poverty in America, because you never know. We one paycheck away or one job pink slip away from being there the next day. So I just want to commend you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your support.
Okay, Commissioner Escaday?
Yes, briefly, I'd just like to echo, I agree with Mr. Thibodeau's comment with regards to Office of Emergency Preparedness and Homeland Security. I would like, before Thursday, if we could get the administration via legal synopsis of what state law or the state requirements are for that office. a description of what they're supposed to do and what it provides, and they pass it on to us so that I have a better understanding of exactly what their primary purpose is as far as emergency preparedness. The Homeland Security aspect of it obviously came about after 9/11, and I know that the negotiations have been ongoing for, several months, ever since Bossier said they wanted to get a divorce. And I've sat through many of the meetings, and obviously it looks like what happened was, just recently, the sheriff at the last minute decided that he could and would and wanted to provide the service to us. So I'm sure they must have discovered some extra revenue that they didn't have, or maybe they've discovered that there's some grant writing vehicles that would allow them to raise the revenue to cover the cost of this, and I imagine buy some other nice, police toys and stuff, that they do with that kind of money, whatever it's dedicated for. And while I do appreciate the offer, that would save us all some trouble, and I would understand that certainly the sheriff's department personnel are skilled as first responders, but we would need to know, I'd like to be comfortable with their plan for emergency preparedness, because originally that's what the office was about, and I still think it's probably its primary mission. That being said, if this is the course that the parish president decides to take and allow the sheriff to provide this service, I'm certainly appreciative of that. As I understand, the offer was that they would pay the amount. Well, that's fine, pay for it. I would hope if they run short, they pay for it. If they should run out of money and have to take it from some other budget within the department, that's their problem. I guess all I'm saying is if you want to adopt the baby, you're going to raise him. So this truly is a generous offer, but I would hope that we're able to walk away from it once it's done and lay it in the hands of the good sheriff. If you could provide me with that information, just a general overview of what the primary function is and what our duties are and what the duties of this office are. It doesn't have to be long. I would appreciate it, and I am thankful that the sheriff's offered and is able to provide this service to us.
Okay, in our effort to try to facilitate this discussion a little bit further, I would say that on the Homeland Security, I'm going to go ahead and address that briefly. As each of you know, that I was contacted by the sheriff and indicated that it was his desire to be the Homeland Security Director. Obviously, I felt that he would be the person to do that, saving the taxpayers' money. We have been in negotiation working with this for the last several months. As you know, this came about after the initial vote that we had at our last meeting. Had some discussion with Dr. Wilson. Obviously, I felt that was the best route to go. We're kind of in a time crunch to get this done. We are working on a cooperative endeavor agreement that will set forth kind of the duties and obligations and things to that nature that would most likely have to come back to the commission for approval. Obviously, the things that we're looking at Homeland Security Director to do would be those that were set forth in the job description that we previously talked about. Do not take this lightly, but this was an offer that was made by the sheriff. I feel that he is extremely capable of doing this job, and will do it in a good manner. So we will move forward with trying to go forward with the legal avenues to get this done, hopefully in the near future, and make a formal announcement at that time when that's done. So anyway, hopefully that answers some of your questions. We'll move on to Commissioner Epperson at this time.
Let's see. Well, excuse me, because you know I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other one. And
Would you hit the wrong button?
You probably can tell by some of the emails. I've been trying to get back in the mix. Plus, I missed last Thursday.
Right.
And I was late today. Now, am I hearing that the president has been given some authority to enter into something? I mean, what's the situation? I don't understand that. Was there a vote taken?
No, I guess our last meeting, you weren't here, we took a vote concerning the percentages of each individual entities, as far as the city of Shreveport, the Caddo Parish Commission, and the,
I understand that.
Okay,
I'm
but-
wondering, it appears what I'm hearing is that you've been given the authority to say, yes, we going forward with this. Is that correct?
we're going forward with appointing the sheriff as the
Yeah.
Homeland Security Director. We sent out a letter.
I mean, what gives you the authority to say? I thought maybe you all were negotiating, then you come to a certain point.
Hang on one second.
Okay.
The state statute does allow the president to make that decision. We were on a time crunch to make that decision, so I went ahead and appointed and told the sheriff I would appoint him as the Homeland Security Director.
Okay, so, state statute usurps our, charter.
Yes.
In this particular instance, yes, sir.
Okay.
Because it specifically says parish president, and it defines it as a president, one of the definitions of it is a president of a police jury or commission form of government, so that makes it specific that under the statutory scheme that the president here is supposed to be able to make that appointment.
Okay, well, you know, the jurors have parish, I think their parish presidents are elected per se, some of them, they got a lot of power, so I'll just,
It makes a distinction between a parish president who's an elected and a police jury president who's elected the same way you all elect your president yearly. And so the definition for parish president includes both types of offices, specifically under the state statute.
if the president is elected by the body, or if they're elected by the constituent.
Yes, sir.
That's all.
Let's see, Commissioner Johnson, you haven't spoke yet. We'll let you go first, then we'll come back to Commissioner Lynch.
I just got one question. So by state statute, each year, as we rotate the president to the commission, we can also redo who's the person in charge of Homeland Security.
You could conceivably do that.
It's on the cooperative.
It's my understanding that you all are anticipating some type of cooperative endeavor agreement that might affect the ability to do that on a yearly basis, but conceivably, yes.
So this cooperative endeavor agreement would have to be voted by the body.
Annual.
It won't be left up to the president, it'll be voted upon by the body.
Yes,
That's
sir.
correct. Okay.
Yeah. And Commissioner Johnson, the last time, we have to ratify that periodically. The last time it was done when Commissioner Carl Pearson was the president, we re-signed the agreement. So every X number of years, we have to re-ratify that agreement. And we have consistently done that over the years since the inception of the regional office that began back in 1953. So we are,
What's the time frame between?
I would say every 4 years, I would think you have to ratify that agreement. So, but that will be spelled out in the endeavor as well.
Commissioner Lynch?
Did you send us that statute? Because I'm not really. Did you send that to us? I'll go back and look.
No, that was what Commissioner Escaday just asked for.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you
Can you
sent
send that to all of
Actually, I
us?
thought you sent it to
Um,
No, she didn't send the statute.
yeah, I wanted to
I've
get
got
a copy of the
it.
statute. Yeah, you'll send it, okay, send it to us.
I didn't send it.
Oh, you did?
Um,
Okay. I think Henry sent it.
Okay, I wanted to ask, because when we were discussing this a couple of weeks ago, you all said that the federal allocation that we were normally, I guess, basically signing over to the Homeland Security Regional, whatever it was going to cover,
Yeah.
was going to cover the $78,000 that we were being asked to chip in to the new entity, right?
Yes, ma'am. What we stated was typically they get a grant,
Right.
and based on what they received last year, being that we are splitting the functional, we thought we would get perhaps half of that, but we don't know for sure until it shows up.
Right.
But that was in the $70,000 range, and we thought that would go towards minimizing the cost we would have to pay.
Right, and is that true for the city as well?
Um,
They have a federal allocation that's kind of a pass-through as well?
No, ma'am, I'm not sure on that one.
I think that was a total, so
No,
whatever that total would have been.
The money I was talking about goes directly
To the parish.
the former Homeland Security officer as it was.
Right.
Right.
But it was the parish's allocation or what have you.
It would-
I guess what I was trying to, and I was just reading the press release, was saying we were saving, but you're not saving. I mean, the money, the grant money is there to cover.
Hopefully it will be there.
Hopefully. But it has been coming.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, there is a federal allocation to Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness that's going to come. So you're just moving the money from one entity to another, whether that's a separate entity or the sheriff's department or whatever, but it's not in effect really, at least the parish board, I'm not sure how the city work, saving us any money. The only other comment I have, is the last time that an appointment was made where a person was involved in setting something up and ended up being the director. Supposed to be looking for a director and ended up being the director. It took us 30 years to unravel that. So, I'm just, history repeating itself. Thank you.
I would say that the expected federal grant would not cover their entire amount that we talked about. We don't know if we would get that or not. We might get zero. That's kind of been dwindling away, so we have no earthly idea how much that would get, and then how much would that be appropriated toward us versus the city of Shreveport's part versus the city's part. And the sheriff says he's going to do it without a cost to us. So all that stuff hopefully will be addressed in the cooperative endeavor agreement. Commissioner Thibodeau?
Since the president, whether it's he or she, has the ability to make a sole appointment, can he or she make that appointment for longer than their term in office?
No, sir.
So can he sign a cooperative agreement for longer than his term of office?
That I think you all could do simply by, and let me just think through it real quick, Commissioner. It's interesting because of the way your fiscal year falls, according to, and the way the Homeland Security falls, they kind of overlap. So I would say probably not longer than the president's year, but that would probably go half into the fiscal year. And if you all as a body wanted to make an agreement that was different with the president ratifying it and his consent, then you all could do that. Like in the instance of where you all have more than one agency performing a function.
Okay, I'm not sure that I understood your answer to Mr. Johnson. If he is president next year and for whatever reason chooses to appoint someone different, can he do that? Would his appointing authority override the cooperative agreement?
He could appoint someone different as the director, but as far as who would perform those functions and where that money would go, that agreement would.
Okay, but he could appoint a different director.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I think that's all we've had on that issue or any other communiques and committee reports. I've asked our parliamentarian to bring definitions on communiques and committee reports at our next meeting so that we'll try to follow those a little bit better. I have no president's report. We move to the next item. Mr. Clerk.
I have no old business. We move to new business. Authorize introduction for ordinance number 5398 of 2014, amending the budget of estimate revenues and expenditures for the Riverboat Fund in the amount of $30,000 for Christian services.
Moved by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Lynch. See no discussion. Move to Thursday. Please vote. I know it. You didn't step up and do it. 11-0. Next,
Zoning case number P614 in regard to ordinance number 5399 of 2014. Property located on the northeast side of Ellaby Road, 250 feet southeast of Reddick Drive. Vintage Realty Company applicant. Request to rezone Forbing Heights subdivision, Caddo, Louisiana, from R1 to B1 Business Buffer District. There's a typo in there that ended up in there. That'll be fixed for Thursday.
Move to Thursday.
That's moved by Commissioner Thibodeau, seconded by Commissioner Lyndon Johnson. Please vote.
That was me.
Sorry. Get you next time.
I got you.
Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Zoning case P-814 in regard to ordinance number 5400 of 2014, property located on the northeast corner of Jefferson Page Road and Greenwood. Dale and Bonnie Pratt, applicant, request to amend the zoning of property located northeast corner of Jefferson Page and Greenwood Road from R1D Urban One Family Residence District to I1 Light Industry District to permit I1 development.
Move for Thursday.
Second.
And if I could get Mr. Jean to give us a little enlightenment on this, is that appropriate at this time?
Have a, yes, have a motion by Commissioner Epperson, seconded by Commissioner Williams. Mr. Jean, can you come up, Commissioner Epperson, want you to please explain this a little bit further for us, please?
Yes, sir. This property currently is zoned R1D, but as you're probably aware with the area, in the past, there were several non-conforming uses of industrial in the past. A lot of the property around it still functions as industrial. This was just rezoning this portion of the property right now, from what I understand, to allow for some parking of trucks on that property.
Okay, Greenwood and Jefferson. Okay, you got the what you call the salvage place down over there. Down, it's on that side.
It's
the southwest side.
It is on. I'm thinking it's on the northerly side of that. We're going to pull it up right now.
On the northeast side, you know, it's vacant. Then you come down to that. It's a nice house to the right as you're heading toward.
Yeah, I've got a vicinity map here, sir. I could give this to you.
Okay.
Show you exactly where it is.
Okay. All right. I'll get with you for more detail.
All right.
That's all I have, sir.
Let's please vote. I don't want to blow that map up a little bit bigger for Commissioner Epperson. See it. Pass 11-0.
Zoning case number P-914 in regard to ordinance 5401 of 2014, property located on the northwest corner of Jade Circle and Mayo Road. Lifelong Fitness and Wellness LLC applicant. Request to rezone Lot 1, Oak Bend subdivision, Caddo Parish, from RA Residential Agriculture to District RAE, Residence Agriculture Extended Use District, limited to personal trainer only property.
Move to Thursday.
Moved by Commissioner Thibodeau.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Williams. No discussion, please vote.
Come down there and play.
That passes 11-0. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Authorize the introduction of ordinance number 5402, declaring certain adjudicated properties to be surplus, and authorize the parish administrator designate to sell the parish's tax interest.
So move to Thursday.
I have a motion by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Lynn. Please vote. That passes 11-0. Next item.
Authorize the introduction of Resolution 19 of 2014, acceptance of the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire as required by the Louisiana Legislative Auditor's Office.
So moved to Thursday.
Moved by Commissioner Escudé, seconded by Commissioner Williams. Please vote. What?
I'm on the board.
Commissioner Johnson.
Ms. Bryant, can you give me a little summary of what this is about?
Yeah, I'm trying to read.
Annually, each year, we have to present to the auditors Louisiana compliance questionnaire, just stating that we have complied with all laws related to finances, budgeting,
Open meetings,
bid law. And to the best of our knowledge, we're saying that you all have complied with all laws.
Okay, thank you.
How many years you gonna be here for?
Commissioner Williams.
I mean, have we changed the way we bid on the online? Because I know we had Bid Sync. Bid Sync was a tool they used. You had to pay a fee to bid on online bidding, which I feel discourages people that want to participate. It should be free and open to the public. I'm glad to see that change that you guys have done. So it's very encouraging to know they're doing it that way. Thank you.
Please vote.
Good question.
And that passes 11-0. Next item.
Authorize introduction of resolution number 20/2014, canvassing the returns and declaring the result of the special election held in Caddo Parish, Louisiana on Saturday, May 3rd, to be authorized the incurring of debt and issuance of bonds therein.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lynch.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Epperson. No
choice.
discussion. Please vote.
We got beat. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Passes 11-0. Next item.
Authorizing introduction of resolution number 21/2014, authorizing the parish administrator to participate in the TZI program.
Moved by Commissioner Bowman. Second by Commissioner Lynch.
That's the addition.
That's the
from
addition.
mentioned addition.
That was an expansion today.
Hang on. Hang on. We got 15 people talking, okay? Please, let me talk.
Acting like a
That
judge
was-
already.
That was the, that was the amendment that was made. Anybody have any questions about the amendment? Okay, I got a motion by Commissioner Bowman, seconded by Commissioner Lynn. Commissioner Lynn?
He might want to talk first since he was
Commissioner Bowman, do you want to talk?
No, I just want to move forward so we can have a review for fellow members to look at as a whole before we go forth with something that's plausible.
Okay, Commissioner Lynn?
I'm going to touch base. And Attorney Frazier, I want you to interrupt me if I ever misspeak.
Okay.
Legal,
Oh, then you-
oh my God.
Y'all
Legal,
stop
right now.
legal had two questions that were covered in relation to moving this forward. One was that we have elected as a committee to pull the spay and release portion of the TZI assessment completely out of the deal. And so that's not even to be taken into consideration. The second was that there was a survey that needed to be done that included the city. She stated that we cannot include the city in something without them also passing a mirror resolution. This is not something that is going to happen. The questions that they needed to ask the city, they have already asked the city before they ever even came here in the first place. And so those were the two legal issues that have both been covered. And a long time ago, when we elected to do the Annie E. Casey audit of the juvenile detention facility, they audited the juvenile detention facility and gave us a list of things that they wanted to change. We then, as a commission body, chose to do some of the recommendations that they had, and we chose to discard some of the recommendations that they made that we decided did not serve the parish. And we brought juvenile reform a little bit closer to where it is today. This is the same case. They're going to look at us, see what we do. They're going to give us some recommendations. We are not legally obligated to adhere to any of the recommendations that they make. We could throw it all out of the window, or we could cherry pick what we want that they recommend to implement. That's all. Thank you. It's not going to cost us anything. It's 100% free. It's a state paid for with private money, just like the Annie E. Casey Foundation. When they audited us, we did not pay for that either. That was all 100% paid for as well.
Commissioner Lynch?
I think you made the motion, so.
Commissioner Bowman?
Say it again,
You
Chair.
made the motion, so I'm.
Yeah. To move forward for the agenda
Yeah.
for Thursday.
No, you
Oh, I wanted Dr. Wilson, if he needed to explain, in agreement with Commissioner Lynn, the main thing was we wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything that was in conflict.
That's correct.
And we wanted to make sure that our attorney and administration reviewed this as a whole that would not hold us or bind us. And from the meeting today, we were able to determine that that is not the case, and that any adjustments that need to be made, like taking out the T and R part, the trap, neuter, and release, that you all would make that
That's correct.
ready for the rest of the commissioners to look at as well,
That's
and we can
correct.
move forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
We're
just
gonna-
want that on record, so we can.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the administration doesn't have any problems with it.
Have a little summary of this
Stephanie, you
between
through?
now and Thursday.
You got any
I just
questions?
need Kevin.
Yeah, so we have an agreement
We're good.
that we are going to call the TCI folks. They're not going to call Dr. Pisano and let her know that we are going to take those things out.
Right.
And with those things excluded, we like to move forward. It does not conflict with our current ordinances or state law at that point.
Please vote.
Can I get a clarification
Okay.
between now and Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Please vote.
Yes.
That passes 9-0. And next item?
Authorize appointment of Miss Joanne Witkowski to the Caddo Parish Sewage District Number 7 Board.
Move Thursday.
Second. Okay, moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Lynn to move this appointment to Thursday. Commissioner Lynch, you wish to go? Okay. Please vote. Okay, that passes 10-0. The final vote on that will be Thursday at 3:30. So if you wish to come back, or anybody wishes to come back, they do have public comments time, okay?
Authorize reappointment of Miss Shirley Hamilton to the Pine Hill Waterworks District Number 8 Board. Term expires 5/20.
Okay, that's been moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Lynch. No discussion, please vote. Everybody vote? Okay, 9-0. Next item.
Authorize change in scope of project for intercity road appropriation approved in the 2014 budget.
Move to Thursday.
Moved by Commissioner Johnson,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Lynch. Please vote.
Yes.
Everybody vote. 9-1 passes. It'll be moved to Thursday. Next item.
Authorize change in scope of project for the image changes appropriation approved in the 2014 budget.
Move to Thursday.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Johnson,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Lynch. Please vote.
What are you changing?
I want to speak. I didn't know what that was.
10-1 passes. Next item.
Authorize special resolution of recognition to the Shreveport Mavericks, ABA National Champions.
So moved.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Bowman. Please vote.
I got a question.
Seconded by many people.
I got a question. Todd,
Oh, you want them here, Commissioner Lynch?
Yeah.
All right. What's it? Mandatory, every member of the basketball team has to come.
I'm gonna invite him to the picnic too.
You play cards.
Over making whooping. Hold on.
Okay. Please vote.
Hold on. I asked you to contact the Lieutenant Governor and get them involved. Did you reach out to them?
I did reach out. I have not heard back from them.
2 weeks ago and you didn't hear back from them? Boy, we need to do a better job.
I'll double check in the morning.
You might want to call him.
I'm gonna let you call Mr. President. You got power.
President call him. That's the president.
Use your
President
power.
of what? All right, please vote.
Mr. President.
All right. Next item.
Next we have consent agenda.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
No, he pulled them off the agenda.
No, that was first T.
Take me out of it.